It's time to go balls deep.
The EA Sports College Football Headquarters Podcast. Hey, everybody, it's Anthony Scafacci. It's Alan Gigax. It's another episode of Balls Deep coming at you from our new studio here in my jiu-jitsu roll room. And we're going to get started right away because we're on a timer here and we got shit to do. So we're going to get right to our first thing. It's our first segment. It's called Just the Tip. Today's Just the Tip is brought to you by Clitty's, a brunch spot. Come in for a nibble. All right, Al, what is today's tip?
I love our sponsors, man. We are the best sponsors on here. So today's tip is when you are playing EA Sports College Football 25 and probably any future versions of the game, your offensive linemen actually block in predictable ways. So the people who struggle with running, it's probably because they never played and coached offensive line like I did. And I can tell, like, the way the center and guard are lined up on that defensive tackle, that they're going to double team that tackle. Then one of them is going to break off to go out to the linebacker. And depending on which way he hits the linebacker, that tells me which way I'm going to need to run to get a few more yards. And they're pretty reliable with that. And so if you can predict, start watching. Where is that offensive lineman going to go? The holes aren't random. They really do make good, predictable holes the way they're supposed to. You just have to have a little football skills to know where they go.
All right. And that's just today's tip. And so today on the podcast, we have a very special guest. We have one of our moderators, Al. His name is Andrew Nicoson. Andrew, how are you?
Good. Thanks for having me, guys. Alan, Anthony, I appreciate it. I've been looking forward to getting on this for a while. I'm very excited to talk football and talk just the tip and other inappropriate things that we do in this.
Yeah, well, that is definitely it. We do talk about a lot of inappropriate things here. So Andrew has been on the headquarters page pretty much since the beginning. He actually was on the old page that we kind of came over from, and he came over to the new page. And after a little while, he talked to me about becoming a moderator, and I was like, sure, why not? Like, you kind of dig my shit, so you get it. And so that was it. He became a moderator. And so, Andrew, how has that been for you?
So that has been quite the journey. I'm not going to lie. There's times I'm sitting there with my wife and she's like, "Why, man, you're really popular on Facebook." I'm like, "Yeah, it's this moderator that I'm doing." And it's a lot of times stupid shit that people are being fucking idiots about that gets kind of annoying. So she just kind of looks at me. She's like, "Really?" I'm like, "Hey, sorry. I mean, I'll try to speed it up as fast as I can, but some of these people can be."
Yeah, and so what kind of stupid shit is like the stuff that you seem to deal with the most personally?
So some of the stuff that really bugs the shit out of me more than anything is just the way people talk to other people, the insults and the name calling and the racist comments that are always made. Like, can't we just be fucking adults and grown-ups here and act like we've been on a page before and we know how to be respectful of other people?
Yeah, that's one of the big victories of our page is it's got to be one of the only non-toxic environments on Facebook, maybe on the entire internet. And it's due in large part to moderators like you who go in there and delete that shit, kick people out. And of course, the rules that were set up by Anthony with my help, that's been like job one from the beginning, is we want this to be a nurturing and welcoming environment. And yeah, Andrew, you're a huge part of that.
Yeah. So Andrew, like on your wall at home, do you have like a scratch for every Nigerian that you've kicked out?
I wouldn't have enough wall space if I had that. I swear to God, they multiply like bees. I mean, you would kick out one, and then before you know it, there's 500 other people that are taking place, and they all have the same last name. It's like, how fast are these people spawning in here?
Yeah, and the last name is not all Unduka or whatever. It's like Johnson.
No, they fucking straight up steal people's accounts and then poses them. But, since I switched my shifts, I don't work at night anymore. Mm-hmm. And so I used to come home every night and stay up for like an extra hour and a half and try to hunt these motherfuckers down. But I've noticed since I went to day shift that our number has grown. It's now like around 89. And dude, I've kind of lost track of them now.
Andrew, come on, man, get on the stick.
All right. So Andrew, you also play college football, obviously, And so tell us a little bit about what you like to play and kind of how your experience has been with the game since it came out.
So yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I've been looking forward to this game for 10 years, and it has not disappointed at all. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of bugs and things that could be better, but overall, the experience is just absolutely phenomenal. Everything about this game is what I thought was going to be, and then some. That's why I decided to buy the game early, and before everybody else got it, I already logged like 25, 30 hours into the game in that first week. It was just amazing, and then to see all the different updates they've done and how they constantly stay on top of it is amazing. And Al, you hit it earlier. Your linemen are actually intelligent. They're not dumb fucks that just get in your way. You really have to have some knowledge and skill set to be able to play this game. And I've been playing a lot of.
Something. Go ahead.
I've been playing a lot of Road to Glory as a quarterback, and I'll tell you what, that is both exhilarating, exciting, and frustrating as hell at the same time.
Yeah, because the linebackers are also smart and pay attention.
So many, yes. I can't tell you how many times I'm like, oh, this route is open. It's a beautiful crossing route. And all of a sudden, somebody comes out of nowhere that I didn't see. And I'm like, motherfucker, where did you come from? Like, you weren't even there 10 seconds ago.
Right. To me, that's that's always been a strength of the Madden franchise. And it came from Madden himself that he wanted the game to actually use like football skills and football knowledge. And I don't think there's ever been a version better with that than NCAA 25. And yeah, the players play really smart. They play according to the rules of their position. And it's been so impressive in that way.
So, Andrew, what team are you the quarterback for in your Road to Glory?
I've been jumping all over the place. So I decided to do Frank Durbin at Leslie Nielsen, from Naked Gun. So he is the quarterback, 2-star quarterback at Northwestern. And oh my God, is that team garbage? Jesus. I can't. I mean, I'm sitting the bench and like I have a quarterback competition all the time. I'm a 62 overall and I'm second string. I get to the final game of the season and yes, 62 overall. Final game of the season, I play. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna play, and I start. And I'm like, sweet. I'm gonna take the starting position going into the next season. Nope, back to quarterback 2. And I'm like, what the hell? And
it's every season it resets the depth chart based on the players' ratings. So even if you've been the starter 3 years in a row, if you don't have the highest overall rating, you're going to go back to riding the pine.
That's why you got to shank those motherfuckers. Like,
I'm telling you,
full out, just start hiding fucking Colombian booger sugar in their lockers. You got to make this Road to Glory your own,
Oh, I mean, I definitely am, and that's why Frank is definitely the character I'm using because how hilarious he is in Naked Gun and even Airplane. Like, I'm trying to channel some of him in there, and it's just the backstories are going to be amazing. I just have to figure out how I'm going to go with this, but it's going to be an unbelievably awesome experience with him.
So when you throw an interception, do you sit there and go, "Surely you can't be serious"?
I say that too, and I'm like, "What the fuck? Like, you stupid fucker! Where did you come from?" And it's never my fault. It's always the receiver's fault.
Yeah.
Do you have a defensive coordinator, Norberg?
That's great. I'm going to use that.
Fuck yeah, you should use that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, but play it cool. Keep the respectful distance from OJ.
Yeah, exactly. That guy's known to cut a head off or two, allegedly.
Oh wait, he is Nordberg.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
Nordberg.
he was Nordberg.
Yeah, he was like the best character, like little cameo character, maybe in history. So
yeah, he was. He's hilarious in that. It's a great movie, and I'm just glad I can actually pay homage to it by being able to create him and have some fun with him.
Yeah, it's a fun one, no doubt.
So Andrew, so you said you jumped around a little bit. Do you mean like through the transfer portal, or you've just made a couple of different quarterbacks?
So I've done both. So the farthest I've gotten along to it was like a senior, and I was like, I don't really want this to end. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna start over because there's something about just like finishing it that just kind of makes me a little sad. So I decided, I was like, okay, I'm gonna delete this guy and I'm gonna start all over. And I've noticed that like the only way you can really be good as a quarterback in this game is you have to be a scrambler. Improviser is the second best one you can do, but a field general, I mean, it's absolute garbage because if your line can't block you, then you can't get any plays. So
go ahead.
I just created a lot of different types of quarterback archetypes, and I keep going back to scrambler. But then again, scrambler has its flaws. It only works if you're playing for Army or Navy, but then they call the stupidest fucking plays on 3rd and 2. They call it a Hail Mary. And I'm like, seriously, guys, come on.
I can only imagine how bad the play calling is for like the big triple option based teams. It's got to be brutal.
It was so bad I had to quit and start over because you couldn't even hand it off on a triple option. So you read your first read, the end comes down, and you go hand it off to your running back, and he pitches it 15 yards behind him. I'm like, seriously? And you hit the ball. It doesn't matter how you hit it. If you hold it longer, if you hit it short, the pitch still goes way behind him.
So I thought they fixed that in one of the updates to make the pitching a little bit better. I haven't really used the option too much except like a speed option, and it seems to work okay there. But I'm still a little bit kind of trigger shy when it comes to it because I've heard so much. And then, with me, the way I play, any kind of mistake really seems to magnify, which like this morning I was playing in our dad's league and I fucking lost to Akron. Right. Because of a fumble. And then my quarterback fumbled later in the game and it ended up costing me.
I thought that the Zip, the Akron Zips, I thought that was a kangaroo.
I thought he was Vietnamese.
Hey, no, that's not okay.
No,
Andrew, you got to shut that shit down. Don't let him talk like that.
There's
I'm not
strike
saying
one right there.
What?
Right. No, but it turns out Zip is a mule.
Oh, so not crawling through a hole.
So is it Colombian mule?
Yeah,
no, and
not MVC.
Right, and not bouncing around with a pouch either. Yeah,
geez.
neither of those. Yeah.
Yeah.
So pro tip there.
We get 2 tips today from Al.
Yeah. Can't have too many tips.
Double penetration going on.
Okay, so Andrew, you said you haven't played much Dynasty. Are you in any online dynasties?
I am not. So I guess I'm one of the weird guys. I'm one of the original gamers, and I don't like playing games online because people cheese the shit out of it, even in leagues. And it doesn't matter what game it is. It just takes all the fun out of it for me. So I'd rather just kind of play at my own pace and put restrictions on myself. And I have played the Dynasty. It's a lot of fun. It just doesn't. I get bored with it because it can sometimes feel a little repetitive. Whereas with Road to Glory, you're seeing all these awesome things that are happening in Road to Glory. I mean, there was one time I got a question. It's like, do you want to skip your class and go to a party? I was like, absolutely, I will. Well, then I got put on suspension. I got put on probation because the guy ratted me out. I was like, you motherfucker.
Dude, I've always wondered that because I always just play it super clean. So exactly. I'm a square. So what happens when you do that? When you agree to go party or go to the whatever?
So the dude, he ratted me out to, he was a teaching assistant. He's like, just to let you know, like your GPA bumps up a little bit and then you get your midterms. It's like, you are now have a 2.0 GPA because you failed your class because of what happened. And I'm like, what the hell? So you have to go on probation. You're ineligible until you literally get your GPA back up over the 2.0. So you have to spend all that time that you could be training, putting it into your school.
Oh, brutal. What about when like the academic advisor or the coach will say something to you and it'll give you an option to say, give a respectful answer or give a dirtbag answer. Do you ever give the dirtbag answer?
I have. I have done that. Like one of them was there was a freshman hazing. It's like, you got to pick up all the players. And I was like, I'm not going to do that. So I was like, no, you can basically go pound sand. And it's like, well, you've lost leadership points. It's like, really?
Right. But I need those 2 energy, man.
What they need to do is in the future is tie some of this stuff into like an AI chat bot and then allow you to put in your own answer. So like if the coach is like, or the player, whoever's propositioning you to go do something, you can be like, like, hey, why don't you go tongue my fucking starfish, you cocksucker? And then this way it would return like an appropriate answer through AI chat. And then at least I could entertain myself because currently when I play Road to Glory and I pick things, I'm just so unsatisfied. It's so dry. Like they need more. Like, okay, I'm going to go to the party. Then when you get to the party, it's like, what are you going to do at the party? And then you could just keep going down this like fucking rabbit hole.
Speaking of AIs, Andrew, have you used our page's personal or custom AI CoachBot 3000?
I have used CoachBot 3000. I was a little disappointed. I was expecting to be a lot dirtier to me. I asked him a really inappropriate question. He's like, so sometimes you want to have a fun time. I was like, is this the G-rated version? Where's the X-rated guy?
I tried to make it as irreverent as I could because I had to set up all the parameters. And since I'm CoachBot 3000's creator, I really tried to make it as irreverent as I could. But you can get CoachBot to offer you a Texas Twister. All you have to do, I said, I told CoachBot, I feel stressed. Do you have any recommendations? And CoachBot says, stress can be overwhelming, taking a break, blah, blah, blah. And I said, how do you recommend I deal with today's stress? And CoachBot says, if you're feeling overwhelmed, try a Texas Twister, which is the hand job that CoachBot 3000 gives. And so
he's
that's
perfected.
Yeah.
Only $5, by the way.
Yeah, $5.
For 5 seconds?
Yeah. Well, however long it takes for you to get 5 ejaculations, then that's how long. Yeah.
Maybe you're a tough one. You're a hard nut to crack. You know.
Yeah. People think that the first one's the easy one, but for CoachBot, they're all the easy one.
Have you asked CoachBot if it would like tongue punch your fart box?
No, I haven't. I'm too vanilla for that.
Hey, Andrew, are you currently able to get online and ask it, and you can read the answer live?
I will do that. Let's see.
All right,
dude. So while he's doing that, remember it's tongue punch the fart box. You gotta make sure you spell it right.
Right? Is that hyphenated?
I don't know. I don't think so. Right?
Yeah. Like it should be.
So anyway, so Andrew, me and Andrew have talked, and he will.
Yeah, while he's typing that.
Yeah, he'll text me. Yeah, just let us know when you're ready. He'll text me.
We can't hear him.
No,
So you'd have to actually shut your pile hole.
I'm sorry.
All right, well, hold on. Before you get into this, Andrew, did you type it in?
I did. I said, can you give me a tongue box? And he goes, you're looking for a tongue twister, not a tongue box. How about this one? Percy the Python perpetually puckered up a plethora of pickled plums. Want me to come up with a football-themed one?
Ah, hey, look at that. A football-themed one. And he does like pickles, that CoachBot. Okay, so go ahead, Rich, tell your story. Thank you for that, Andrew.
So every once in a while, I'll be home or whatever, or maybe I'm at work, and I'll get like a random message from Andrew, and it's like so explicit filled because he's so mad about whatever it is going on the page. But he's like, I just want to fucking ban this guy, and he just like, can I ban him? And I'm like, well, I don't even know what the fuck he's talking about. Like, this is just out of left field.
Yeah.
Right. And so I'll like have to kind of go back and kind of, backtrack it and see. And then when I tell him, yeah, go ahead, dude, right, he's like the happiest fucking guy. Dude, I feel like he's getting a nut. You know what I mean?
Well, Andrew, tell us about somebody that you've had to ban, or what gets somebody banned on our page.
What gets somebody banned is just like the blatant disrespect for the rules and not following them. And I've had a couple guys that I had to ban, and they didn't really even do anything wrong at the first time, but they just kept pushing the boundaries and kept talking shit and attacking somebody on the page, whether it was Anthony or myself or Tim or any of the moderators. And I'm like, dude, just shut your fucking mouth and just chill. And they don't stop, and they just keep running their mouth and making it really inappropriate. And I think somebody went after somebody's family, and I was like, yeah, no, we're not doing that. And that was an almost immediate ban. Every time you do that, it's just boom, gone, ban. I don't even care if you're the nicest person in the world. You say something about somebody's family, you're gone.
All right, yeah, reasonable.
Yeah, I know we've had to ban a few people because they went in that way on just random members, just one member to another, usually over some stupid fucking college football argument.
Dude, I'm glad you guys didn't notice when I talked about people's family, because there was this guy on the page named Frank Hitler.
No way.
No, not really.
No,
I made that up.
Well, you should have went with it, man. Yeah. I was totally in. Frank Hitler. I'm in.
I started talking mad shit about this one member of his family.
I get it.
Yeah.
So Andrew, as the game progresses and as you keep playing, is there anything specific you're looking forward to, like that, in 26, or that like you want to do? Or is there anything that you got cooking?
What I really wish they would do more of is two things. One is on the Road to Glory side, because I put in probably 100 hours in the game, or at least 100, maybe 140 hours, and most of that's going to be in Road to Glory. I wish that there was a bigger influence with your NIL. It seems like it fell really short. I mean, it's such an amazing idea, and there's so many things they could have done. They just dropped the ball on it. I mean,
yeah, what do you really get out of it? Like, you'll get a deal with a massage parlor and you get massages so your stamina goes up, but that's it, right? Like, that's nothing big.
I think the way to go is maybe call like your local Big Five and try to hit them up, man.
Well, yeah, but again, like, what would your player get out of the NIL? Because obviously, if your player gets money, that doesn't do you any good. You can't use that. So, what are some of the things that you've gained from NIL?
I think what would be amazing is if you could get NIL and you could use money and you could use it for some sort of transaction in the game to make yourself better. whether that's getting yourself a student aide who can help you do your homework so you don't have to spend those points, or give yourself some sort of skill set that you can buy, that you can only buy through your NIL, that's going to help you boost away games or whatever it is in the fourth quarter or whatever. I mean, there's just so many different ways they could do
that's
that.
That's a really good idea. So here at UNLV, we used to have, way back in the 90s, Jerry Tarkanian was the coach, and there was no NIL back then, but somehow
there was some NIL back then.
They found a way.
Yeah.
And so, like they would have the players, get a job at a car dealership, and they would just show up at the car dealership and like do their homework
or not show up at all.
Or not show up at all. Yeah, and someone else do their homework.
So back when the nightclub, The Beach, was there.
Right. That's where I was going. Yeah.
That's where a lot of UNLV basketball players used to go work. And Trevor worked there at the time.
Right,
and
one
he
of our
would tell
buddies.
me like Sean Marion, former NBA player Sean Marion, he worked there.
He probably has an attorney. Watch yourself.
It's okay. He would go in there. He's retired now. What's he going to do? Right. So anyway, he would go in there and just go to sleep. And that's what he would do for the entirety of his shift, is he would just go to sleep. And so, and these guys were obviously, they were doing like almost like the mafia, like no-show jobs.
Right. Yeah, dude, that's where it's at. So yeah, I like where you're going with that, Andrew, that we really could, there are ways that you could benefit your player. Dude, the idea of having like a study aid so that you don't have to waste your time on that. What a great idea.
Okay. So, all right. So
hold on, let Andrew finish up.
Okay. Yeah. I was going to just throw it to him right now. I was going to say, okay, so Andrew, so, we're coming up here, pretty close to the end of the show. And, what is it that like you want to tell the headquarters or, the podcast guys? Do you got anything you want to tell them?
Just keep listening, guys, because I mean, this is an amazing group, and you're not going to find a page that's so inclusive in all the different things and how everything is seamless, from the podcast to the research and development page to the main page itself to, I mean, just everything. Everybody's there and willing to help you out as best they can, and just there's so much information and resources available for people to get the most out of this game.
That's awesome, man. I agree with every bit of that sentiment, especially the part about keep listening.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So, Andrew, thanks so much for coming on, man. Go ahead, Anthony. Take us home.
So it is time to pay some bills now here at the Balls Deep podcast. So, Alan, who is today's sponsor?
Today's sponsor is Deep Dick's Fishing Bar. This episode is brought to you by Deep Dick's Fishing Bar, the only waterfront bar on Storm Lake that offers fishing right from the bar. Mention the Balls Deep podcast to your server, and if you catch a fish before your first drink arrives, the drink is on the house. There's nothing quite as nice as enjoying a good meal with your rod in your hand. Even mom loves deep dicks.
I know my wife loves deep dicks.
There you go.
All right. 4. I forgot the to-go orders, man. Oh, so can you get to-go orders there?
Yeah. Why? You want to eat a bag of dicks?
No, I want to take a bag of dicks.
Yeah, you want to take a bag of dicks? Yeah, you can get a bag of dicks.
Yeah, hit you over the fucking head with it. That's what I want to do.
Dude, all right. To set this guy up.
Yeah.
This is what we got.
Yeah, for Anthony Scafacci, for Alan Gigax, for Andrew Nicoson, and the rest of the headquarters, we are out.